You recently how Meghan Markle had decided to become lady boss, the boss of her own empire. That is, of course, the podcasting queen, the As Ever with Love Meghan at Netflix. She felt that nobody could drive her business any better than her. What she's done is literally driven it into the ground. And actually, I feel sorry for the ladies of Lemonada, simply because when you think about it, Lemonada, seem a company that are going and trying to get going, and they will have thought, and this is truly what's happened with the signing of Meghan Markle, that, they put their company on the map. More and more people now know that name. And it should have attracted some bigger names. And so far, I would suggest perhaps people are waiting to see exactly how the podcast with Meghan Markle goes. But you see, Meghan, of course, couldn't really get back with a big company because she'd made such a hash of the previous one. And now with ratings in free fall and episodes just going by without a wither of interest from anybody. I mean, let me put it this way, right, chums? You tell me who you can remember that she's interviewed and the impact of that particular conversation. You know, when you see something like the Actors Studio on one of those sit downs with people and you think, interesting story, didn't know that, didn't realize they developed that. These people are going without any trace whatsoever. And one might suggest, of course, it's down to Meghan. And there's two reasons behind that. Let me explain. Morning, chums. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Lovely to have your company. Problematic is not the word behind the scenes of Lemonada, let me tell you. And now, where I find this fascinating is, as ever, with everything just literally going to the wall, Meghan has decided, it's time to do some PR. All we saw previously to this was this alleged soft launch, you know, the sort of thing, where she had such a soft launch, she had a picture in however high in Times Square in New York City. That didn't drive enough people to want to tune in and listen. And the reason for that is simply, I feel sorry for the people that, she's picked, because clearly the story are not resonating. Now, the problem that you have, and she's not alone, with this really, is if you look at somebody like Michelle Obama just moans and moans and moans in her own podcast. One of the most privileged women in the world, one of the most lucky women to be inside the White House, to have that secondary career that her husband gave her, the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, right? So you could have thought she might have shared some interesting stories, but no, she just whinges on. And this is the problem with Meghan. She's just whinging on. The stories are blatantly dull, you don't know really anything about them, and clearly she's done zero research. So in order to stem the flow, she decided, along with her team, all too late, to release this behind the scenes photo shoot footage to remind you exactly what you've been missing. Now, one would have thought, right, because I know this for a fact, that the team at Lemonada pushed and pushed and pushed and wanted Meghan to get out there and, go on a chat show, maybe be interviewed, not just with Jamie Kern Lima or whatever, but something of some substance. Make it fun. Let people know that you are in a new sphere of, broadcasting, that type of thing. Interestingly though, Meghan decided she didn't need to do this because, as I said at the start of the video, she's the CEO of her own company. And she felt that people will discover it and then just really want to watch it. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's her, right? Well, clearly they don't want to watch it. And the problem that you have now with Lemonada is, if they dump her, they will seen as, rather kind and uncruel. This could be negative against her own company. And clearly, if they do ditch her, then Meghan really is finished in the podcasting world because nobody will want her. Do they take her at a lower rate and keep getting the PR, albeit throwing the negativity on the company that they're currently building around the world, as it were? This is the dilemma they're now in, and one might suggest, without being unkind, that unless Meghan gets a very super sharp producer on board with better guests who are willing to sit opposite Markle, then it doesn't matter how many promo videos you put out, it's not going to draw in an audience. The thing is, everybody at Lemonada, allegedly, knows this. Meghan truly believes that this video is about to turn everything around. As ever though, Meghan is literally living in her own universe. Anybody else agree? Neil Sean, Kensington, London.